Second to last team to review, we see Pep Hamilton's Tennessee Titans. Pep Hamilton is 2 out of 2 seasons making the playoffs. And that's largely due to quarterback Kevin O'Connell, which is just a shock because Kevin O'Connell in real life went to the Patriots and never really played at all. But in my franchise, he somehow has led his team to 2 back-to-back playoffs. Last year, he went to the playoffs as a 7th seed, but lost to the Patriots in the first round, which makes sense. But O'Connell, I might think of upgrading him because right now I can argue that O'Connell's been good, but does he deserve a big contract? Jake Locker's on my target list because Locker did go to the Titans in real life, and I might sit there and say that, maybe they had their fun with O'Connell, but feel that O'Connell can maybe get them to the playoffs, but can't win them a Super Bowl. But for right now, they have O'Connell as quarterback with some talented wide receivers. Greg Jennings, who was a second-round pick in 2006. They have Anquan Bolden, who was a second-round pick in 2003. Pierre Garçon, who has not had much of a great career because of the talent of this receiving core, but he's a fifth-round pick in 2008. They even had Matthew Slater, who was a wide receiver drafted in 2008. So Slater was the 4th-round pick. Garçon was a 5th-round pick. And so O'Connell has some great options to throw to. Even Jermaine Gresham that he just added this year. First tight end off the board, 19th overall pick in the first round. I look forward to using him in this offense. They do have Craig Stevens and Drew. But a major factor of this offense is Jonathan Stewart. Stewart's a 75 overall, but he plays way beyond that overall level. He is someone that definitely gives them a lot of spark. They do have Jamal Lord, who is a 59 overall his entire career. I like using him with the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm using him here now with the Titans. There's also Ryan Grant, who was drafted a couple years back, and he is playing that role. But Jonathan Stewart had 1,500 yards rushing and 13 touchdowns. But then the next one was O'Connell with 192 yards, and then Michael Bennett with 69 yards and 1 touchdown. So not really a good backup running back for them, but he has been pretty reliable. And Stewart has been just carrying the workload the entire way. Then the O-line, Michael Orr, who was the Blind Side movie was made about him, and Tennessee was his home state. There was Scott Wells, Ryan Khalil, Claxton, and then even Williams. So Orr and Ryan Khalil being the staples of this offensive line. Maybe fixing the guards can be maybe a priority in the future for them. As for their defense, we see Paul Solieri, DT, Marcus Spears, and even Stephen Bowen. Finishing up that defensive line. I see Kevin Carter has been declining. He's now a 72, but Carter has been so good for them. So many sacks, so many run stops. This year they took a major step forward with their linebacking core, where they did have Rob Ninkovich, who was drafted back in 2006, 3rd-round pick. They do have Anthony Spencer, a 2nd-round pick in 2007. He's really turned out good for them. But this year they drafted Sean Lee with a 19th overall pick in the 2nd round. I look forward to seeing him develop here with Tennessee. DBs, they have Carlos Rogers, or maybe it's Charles Rogers. Let me double check his name. Carlos Rogers in 2005. And then they also have Johnson, 75 overall. McDonald, Cox, Werner. So their cornerbacks aren't fantastic, but they're at least stable. Safety, you see Patrick Chung at strong safety. He was a 2nd-round pick last year. They do have Michael Boulware, and they definitely need to start updating their safeties because Boulware is getting older, a veteran. They could probably use some support there at free safety. As for the kickers, we see Ryan Lindell and Sander as kicker and punter. Let me know what your thoughts are with the AFC South. I know we finished up here with the Tennessee Titans, who made the playoffs with the Jaguars and the Colts last year. The AFC South has definitely been more competitive in my franchise than in real life. So let me know what your thoughts are, and thanks for watching.